All right, the props, yeah. I've been painting on them while they're still in the frame. This Tamiya flat yellow XF3 is not a very good paint. It's got a low pigment count or something. You have to put, this is my second layer on it. I can still see plastic underneath it. But I'm ready to start putting it together. And yeah, that's coming up next. Propellers. So with these propeller assemblies, you basically have just 4 parts. You have the spinner, you have this little insert that goes inside the spinner and attaches to the shaft, the propeller, and this little back plate. Alright, so we'll take the spinner, put this, let's see, looks like what we want to do is lay this propeller inside the spinner. Doesn't really want to go in very well, does it? Okay, I see what's happening. I need to open up these slots a little bit. Okay, so I just took my X-Acto knife and opened up the openings here on the spinner. So now it fits down in there just right. I need to put this cap in there, don't I? Yeah, we can't put the blade in there yet. The cap's got to go in. This looks kind of fiddly to me. Let me see if I can trim this a little bit. Like that. Okay, looks like we're going to need the airplane actually to do this part. This kind of has to all go together at the same time, sort of. So let's try this engine here. We put the back plate on first. Let's see if I can get that in the camera a little better. Okay. This little back plate that I've painted yellow goes onto the propeller shaft first, like so. And then we put the propeller itself on like that. Then we take this little cap and put it on there like that. Then the spinner is going to go on like that. At least that's the idea anyway. It's not going on there very well. It's kind of sloppy. There it goes. I heard a click and it just kind of snapped into place. Okay, there we go. There is the one prop on there, and it does spin. I'm going to have to use a little glue, I think, because it's too loose. Yeah. So what we need to do is add a touch of glue onto the propeller shaft, and then put this shaft cap on. So we're just going to use a little touch of glue right on the end of that propeller shaft. And then we're going to take this cap and put it on there and seat it into there all the way. Now, personally, it doesn't matter to me if the propeller blades spin or not, but I don't want a sloppy fit, is my thing. So we will then scrape some of this paint off here. Let's do that real quick. too much paint on this base of this spinner here, so it's not gonna sit down evenly. So let's scrape some of that off. Like that. Let's just do a little dry fit here. See how that works? That looks pretty good. Like that. Okay. Yeah, not too bad. Still a little sloppy, I think. But I think it'll do. Just like that. Right? Yeah. Now, when this propeller spins, we want the spinner cap here to spin with it. So that means, let's see, I got to be careful about where I'm putting glue. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to put glue on the very end, the very end of this little cap that goes on here. Put that right there. Then we'll shove this cap on, or this spinner on, like that. We'll see how that works. I'm just going to let that sit. And I'm going to move over to the other propeller. The cap. I need the little cap, don't I? I thought I took that off already. I did. So what happened to it? Okay, gotta find that cap. Alright, so what's happened here with the airplane is the propellers are now done. And I think at this point they're not going to spin, which I don't care. The only way I could make them spin is doing it a certain way, and it was just real sloppy. Just not a very tight look or tight fit. It just ended up being too sloppy. So I didn't like that. So like I said, I don't care if they spin or not. I'm really not that concerned about it. This isn't a toy that I'm going to be playing with. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave them. I just tacked them on with just a little bit of glue, so they should be okay, just the way they are. And yeah, so the next move is to put the two cannons in the nose of the aircraft. And after that, I will continue working on the clear parts. And I started painting on those, like I said, and I'll continue working on painting those. And at one point I was considering putting the rocket pods under the wings. And here are the rocket pod parts. They actually include it with the kit. You've got two under each wing. And they have like little fake rocket tips that you glue in there. You know, kind of give it a realistic rocket pod effect. But I don't know, I just decided not to do that. And then there was also, I seen some pictures where the underbelly of the plane had another set of cannons, and they were in this cannon pod right here that was underneath the airplane, and two cannons stuck out of it. And they include all those on the plastic frames. And in fact, one of the versions had a large cannon sticking straight out of the nose, and they actually include that too in this model kit right there. But I decided not to do that either. So like I said, there's several different variants of this airplane and several different paint schemes, and so I've just kind of decided on this one variation here, and keep it simple and keep me from pulling my hair out as I try and do photo etch radar unit on the front, which I'm not going to do. So that's where I'm at, and I'll just continue on working on the canopy, like I said, and these two cannons that go in the front. Okay, so all the clear parts have been masked off, and I will spray these to match the color of the darker sections of the airplane's color camouflage. And then when that is done, let's see, I've already got the clear part down on the underside. Everything is decaled and painted, and a couple of coats of clear on it. So the clear parts, the canopy sections, are all that is left to do. Okay, this ME410 is now finished. I've gone as far as I'm going to go with it. Everything about this model was really nice and fit together really nice, and didn't have any problems except when it came to the canopy, the clear parts. This did not come out very well. It gave me fits. I actually redid it twice, and I'm still not happy with it. It comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, and they don't fit together very well. And then, as I said in one of the other videos, the framing for this canopy is on the inside. They didn't put it on the outside, so I did my best to try and paint the framing on the outside and the inside. But I did a pretty poor job of it. And yeah, this model kit definitely will not win any awards because of that, I'd say. The rest of the plane, I think, came out really nice. It's a very interesting subject. Everything fit together well, except for the canopy, and yeah, it painted up nicely. I originally was going to build it with the wheels down. Changed my mind because I have run out of shelf space at the moment, and figured, you know, I'm just going to hang this thing from the ceiling. Also, the landing gear parts were pretty flimsy, not all that substantial, and I just didn't like the way they looked, so I just closed up the landing gear bays with the doors as best I could, and there it is. It's an odd looking airplane, but it's also very unique and interesting. I've read a lot of reviews on this kit, and some people that have built it said similar things about the canopy, and then some said they had no problems with it, so I don't know what to believe as far as that goes. I definitely had problems with it. So there we go, the ME410. This is made by Revell Promodeler. It had some nice photo etch parts on the inside of the cockpit that dressed it up nice, but by the time you get this canopy on there with all the framing on it, you can't tell. You cannot see any of it down in there. I was tempted to just
put the canopy together as best I could and actually not put it on the model so you could see the inside, and just set the canopy off to the side somewhere. But that wouldn't look very realistic, I don't think. So there it is. I recommend this kit. You probably will have trouble with the canopy. But then again, maybe not. Maybe there's someone who has the know-how and the skills to work with this canopy and make it look good. I'm sure there is people like that. It wasn't me. I also looked around online to try and find an aftermarket canopy for this thing. Couldn't find one anywhere. That would be nice if there was one available. Just one aftermarket canopy that was all one piece would be really nice. When I first opened this kit after I bought it, I saw the canopy was on pieces. I thought to myself, oh no, this is going to be difficult. And it turned out to be true. So anyway, it was still a fun kit. And it's going to hang on my ceiling and up there with some of my other models. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Yeah, when I hang my models, I use fishing line. So that's how it's going to hang. When you get it up there on the ceiling, the line becomes pretty much invisible. I mean, you can see it, but only when the light's hitting it a certain way. So there we are.